Hey everybody, so I am continuing the challenge today. I'm finally in the book of Exodus. It is Exodus 1 through Exodus 15 and 18. So I'm going to read as much as I can. And this is a challenge to read the Bible in a month. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this is to get a better understanding of the Bible. You should actually read it for as many years of age that you have. You want to go ahead and read it at least that many times to really have a good understanding. So, starting in the book of Exodus, I'm going to go ahead after I ran. Thank you, Father, for waking us up another day. Thank you for blessing our diligent actions. We pray that we get more knowledge and understanding of your word and that you reveal what is for us, our daily bread, through the reading and through seeking you early first in the morning. In the name of Yahushua, I pray. Amen. Okay, so starting at 1. Now these are the names of the children of Yasharel, which came into Mitzrayim, Egypt. Every man and his household came with Yaakov. Reuben, Shimon, Levi, and Yehuda, Yishakar, Zebulon, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Yaakov were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Mitzrayim already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Yasharel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Mitzrayim, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Yasharel, are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that, when there falls out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Python and Ramek. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Yasharel. And the Mitzrayim made the children of Yasharel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Mitzrayim spoke unto the Ivri midwives, of which the name of one was Shipra, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, When do you office a midwife to the Ivrith woman, and see them upon the stools? If it be a son, then ye shall kill him. If it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared Elohim, and did not as the king of Mitzrayim commanded them, but saved the men, children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, What have you done this thing? Why have you done this thing? And have saved the men, children alive. And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, but they are lively and are delivered, or the midwives come in unto them. Therefore Elohim dwelt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mightily. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared Elohim, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to be his woman a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw him, that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and dabbed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the reeds by the river's bank. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river side. And when she saw the ark among the reeds, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the child wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Ivrim children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to a nurse of the Iverith woman, that she may nurse the child for you? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give you your wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moshe. And she said, Because I drew him out of the water. And it came to pass in those days, when Moshe was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens. And he spied a Mitzrayim smiting an Ephraim, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Mitzrayim, and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, two men of the Ephraim strove together. And he said to them that did the wrong, Wherefore smite you your fellow? And he said, Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Intend you to kill me as you killed the Mitzrayim? And Moshe feared and said, Surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moshe. But Moshe fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs of water to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moshe stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. And when they came to Ruel, their father, he said, How is it that you come so soon today? And they said, A Mitzrayim delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock. And he said unto the daughters, And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moshe was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moshe to Zipporah, his daughter, and she bore him a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And it came to pass in the process of that time that the king of Mitzrayim died, and the children of Yasharel sighed by relief for their bondage, of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up to Elohim by reason of the bondage. And Elohim heard their groaning, and Elohim remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Yishak, and with Yaakov. And Elohim looked upon the children of Yasharel, and Elohim had respect unto them. More tea, sorry. Show the elbows today. Now Moshe kept the flock of Yithro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of Elohim, even to Shoreb. And the angel of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a thorn bush. And he looked, and behold, the thorn bush burned with fire, and the thorn bush was not consumed. And Moshe said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the thorn bush is not burned. And when Yahuwah saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the thorn bush, and said, Moshe, Moshe. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh thither, put off your shoes from off your feet, for the place whereon you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the Elohai of your father, the Elohai of Abraham, the Elohai of Yishak, and the Elohai of Yaakov. And Moshe hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Elohim. And Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Mitzrayim, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hands of the Mitzrayim, and to bring them out of the land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Kenanim and the Shittim, and the Emorim, and the Perazim, and the Shivarim, and the Yebusium. Now, therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Yasharal is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Mitzrayim oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you unto Pharaoh, that you may bring forth my people, the children of Yasharal, out of Mitzrayim. And Moshe said unto Elohim, Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Yasharal out of Mitzrayim? And he said, Certainly I will be with you, and this shall be a sign unto you that I have sent you. When you have brought forth the people out of Mitzrayim, ye shall serve Elohim upon this mountain. And Moshe said unto Elohim, Behold, now I come unto the children of Yasharal, and shall say unto them, The Elohai of your fathers hath sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Elohim said unto El Moshe, Ehaya Ashar Ehaya. And he said, Thou shalt you say unto the children of Yasharal, Ahaya has sent me unto you, that I am has sent me unto you. And Elohim said moreover unto Moshe, This shall you say unto the children of Yasharal, Yahuwah Elohai of your fathers, the Elohai of Abraham, the Elohai of Yishak, and the Elohai of Yaakov, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my mention unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Yasharal together, and say unto them, Yahuwah Elohai of your fathers, the Elohai of Abraham, of Yishak, and of Yaakov, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and have seen that which is done to you in Mitzrayim. And I said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Mitzrayim unto the land of Canaanim, and the Shittim, and the Emorim, and the Perazim, and the Shivim, and the Yebusim, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Yasharal, unto the king of Mitzrayim, and you shall say unto him, Yahuwah Elohai of the Ephraim has met with us. And now let us go, we beseech you, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to Yahuwah Eloheinu. And I am sure that the king of Mitzrayim will not let you go, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Mitzrayim with all my wonders which I should do in the midst thereof. And after that he will let you go. And I will give this people favor in the sight of Mitzrayim. It shall come to pass that when you go, ye shall not go empty. But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor and of her that sojourns in her house jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment, and ye shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and ye shall spoil the Mitzrayim. 4. And Moshe answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, Yahuwah has not appeared unto you. And Yahuwah said unto him, What is that in your hand? And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moshe fled from before it. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Put forth your hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it. And it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that Yahuwah Elohai of their fathers, the Elohai of Abraham, the Elohai of Yishak, and the Elohai of Yaakov, has appeared unto you. And Yahuwah said furthermore unto him, Put now your hand into your bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, Put your hand into your bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. And it came to pass, and it shall come to pass, if they will not believe you, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not also these 2 signs, neither hearken unto your voice, that you shall take of the water of the river, and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which you take out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. And Moshe said unto El Yahuwah, O Yahuwah, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since you have spoken unto your servant, for I am slow of speech and of slow tongue. And Yahuwah said unto him, Who has made man's mouth? Or he makes the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, Yahuwah? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth, and will teach you what you shall say. And he said, O Yahuwah, send, I pray you, by the hand of him whom you will send. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Moshe. And he said, Is not Aaron, the Levite, your brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he comes forth to meet you. And when he sees you, you will be glad in his heart. He will be glad in his heart. And you shall speak unto him, and put the words in his mouth. And I will be with your mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what you shall do. And he shall be your spokesman unto the people, and he shall be, even he shall be to you instead of a mouth, and you shall be to him instead of Elohim. And you shall take this rod in your hand, wherewith you shall do signs. And Moshe went and returned to Yethro, his father-in-law, and said unto him, Let me go, I pray you, and return unto my brethren which are in Mizraim, and see whether they be yet alive. I'm gonna do it today. And Yethro said to Moshe, Go in peace. And Yahuwah unto Moshe in Midian, Go, return unto Mitzrayim, for all the men are dead which sought your life. And Moshe took his woman and his sons and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Mitzrayim. And Moshe took the rod of Elohim in his hand. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, When you go to return into Mitzrayim, see that you do all these wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in your hand. But I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. And you shall say unto Pharaoh, Thus says Yahuwah, Yasharel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto you, Let my son go, that he may serve me. And if you refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay your son, even your firstborn. And it shall come to pass by the way in the end that Yahuwah met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son, and cast it at his feet, and said, Surely a bloody man are you to me, so let him go. Then she said, A bloody man are because of the circumcision. And Yahuwah said to Aaron, Go into the wilderness to meet Moshe, and he went and met him in the mount of Elohim, and kissed him. And Moshe told Aaron all the words of Yahuwah who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded him. And Moshe and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Yasharal. And Aaron spoke all the words which Yahuwah had spoken unto Moshe, and did the signs in the sight of the people. And all the people believed. And when they heard that Yahuwah had visited the children of Yasharal, and that he had looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshipped. And so Yasharal is my son, says Yahuwah. So that's Exodus 4:22. Yasharal is my son. And 5. And afterward, Moshe and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus says Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharal, Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is Yahuwah, that I should obey his voice to let Yasharal go? I know not Yahuwah, neither will I let Yasharal go. And they said, The Elohai of the Ephraim have sent with us. Let us go, we pray you, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto Yahuwah Elohanu, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with a sword. And the king of Mitzrayim said unto them, Wherefore do you, Moshe and Aaron, of the people from their works? Get you unto your burden. And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens. And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as wheretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. And the tally of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. Ye shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, Let us go and sacrifice to our Elohim. Let there be more work laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words. And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spoke to the people, saying, Thus says Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye, get you straw where you can find it, yet not aught of the work shall be diminished. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Mitzrayim to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, Fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw. And the officers of the children of Yasharel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and demanded, Wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task in making brick, both yesterday and today as heretofore? Then the officers of the children of Yasharel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, Wherefore deal you thus with your servants? There is no straw given unto your servants. And they say to us, Make brick. And behold, your servants are beaten, but the fault is in your own people. But he said, Ye are idle, ye are idle. Therefore ye say, Let us go and do sacrifice to Yahuwah. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given you, yet shall you deliver the tally of bricks. And the officers of the children of Yasharel did see that they were in the evil case, after it was said, Ye shall not diminish aught from your bricks of your daily task. And they met Moshe and Aaron, who stood in the way, as they came forth from Pharaoh. And they said unto them, Yahuwah look upon you and judge, because you have made our savor to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to slay us. And Moshe returned unto Yahuwah and said, Yahuwah, you so evil and treated this people? Why is it that you have sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has done evil to the people. Neither have you delivered your people at all. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Now shall you see what I will do to Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And Elohim spoke unto Moshe and said unto him, I am Yahuwah, and I appeared unto El Abraham, and unto El Ishak, and unto El Yaakov, El Shaddai, but by my name Yahuwah was I not known to them. And I have also established my covenant with them, to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they are strangers. The land of their pilgrimage. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Yasharel, whom the Mitzrayim keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Yasharel, I am Yahuwah, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Mitzrayim, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with great judgments, and I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you Elohim, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah Elohim, which brings you out from under the burdens of the Mitzrayim. And I will bring you in unto the land concerning that which I did swear to give you, to Abraham, to Ishak, and to Yaakov, and I will give it to you for heritage. I am Yahuwah. And Moshe spoke so unto the children of Yasharel, but they hearkened not unto Moshe for anguish of the Ruach and the cruel bondage. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh the king of Mitzrayim, that he let the children of Yasharel go out of his land. And Moshe spoke before Yahuwah, saying, Behold, the children of Yasharel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me, who am of uncircumcised lips? And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and unto El Aaron, and gave them a charge to the children of Yasharel, and unto Pharaoh king of Mitzrayim, to bring the children of Yasharel out of the land of Mitzrayim. These be the heads of their fathers' houses, The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Yasharel, Shanak, Palu, Shetron, and Carmi. These are the families of Reuben. And the sons of Shimeon, Umiel, and Yamian, and Ohad, and Yakyan, and Toshar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the families of Shimeon. And these are the names of the son of Levi, according to their generations, Gershon, and Kohath, and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Livni, and Shimei, according to their families, and the sons of Kohath, Amram, and Yishar, and Chevron, and Uziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari, Machili, and Mishui. These are the families of Levi, according to their generations. And Aram took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to be his woman, and she bore him Aaron and Moshe. And the years of the life of Amram were 137 years. And the sons of Yishar, Korath, and Nepheg, and Zikri. And the sons of Uziel, Mishaeli, and Elitasaphan, and Sithri. And Aaron took him Elisheva, daughter of Aminadab, sister of Nahshon, to be his woman, and she bore him Nadab and Abihu, Elazar, and Ithamar. And the sons of Korath, Achir, and Elkanah, and Abithiasapha. These are the families of the Korchith, and Eliad, and Elzar. Aaron's son took him one of the daughters of Puthiel to be his woman, and she bore Pithnachath. These are the heads of the fathers of the Leviim, according to their families. These are that Aaron and Moshe, to whom Yahuwah said, Bring out the children of Yasharel from the land of Mitzrayim, according to their armies. These are they which spoke to Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, to bring out the children of Yasharel from Mitzrayim. These are that Moshe and Aaron. And it came to pass on the day when Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe in the land of Mitzrayim, that Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, I am Yahuwah. Speak you unto Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, all that I say unto you. And Moshe said before Yahuwah, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? So we're at 7. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, See, I have made you an Elohim to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be your prophet. He shall speak all that I command you. And Aaron your brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Yasharel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Mitzrayim. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Mitzrayim, and bring forth my armies, and my people, the children of Yasharel, out of the land of Mitzrayim by great judgments. And that Mitzrayim shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I stretch forth my hand upon Mitzrayim, and bring out the children of Yasharel from among them. And Moshe and Aaron did as Yahuwah commanded them, so did they. And Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spoke unto Pharaoh. 80 and 83. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and unto El Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then you shall say unto El Aaron, Take your rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a dragon. And Moshe and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as Yahuwah had commanded. And Pharaoh cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a dragon. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Mitzrayim. They also did in like manner with their enchantment. Cast down every man his rod, and they became dragons. But God swallowed up their rods, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. So originally they became serpents, and so that must be what the translation translates to. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, and he refuses to let the people go. Get you unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goes unto the water, and you shall stand by the river's brink against him come. And the rod which was turned to a serpent shall you take in your hand, and ye shall say unto him, Yahuwah Elohai of the Abraham hath sent me unto you, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto ye shall not hear. Thus says Yahuwah, in this you shall know that I am Yahuwah. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that are in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Mizraim shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, Say unto Aaron, Take your rod, and stretch out your hand upon the waters of Mizraim, and upon their streams, and upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Mizraim, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moshe and Aaron did so as Yahuwah commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that were in the river died, and the river stank, and the Mitzrayim could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians of Mitzrayim did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Pharaoh turned and went in unto his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Mitzrayim dug round about the river for water to drink, but they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that Yahuwah had smitten the river. This quiet reading for today. I'm going to go ahead and continue. And I think I need to take a nap as long as I can before my kids wake. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, Go unto Pharaoh and say unto him, Thus says Yahuwah, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if you refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all your borders with frogs. And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into your house, and into your bedchamber, and upon your bed, and into the house of your servants, and upon your people, and in your ovens, and from your kneading troughs, and the frogs shall come up both on you, and upon your people, and upon all your servants. Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, Say unto Aaron, Spread forth your hand with your rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause the frogs to come up upon the land of Mitzrayim. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Mitzrayim, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up the frogs upon the land of Mitzrayim. Then Pharaoh called for Moshe and Aaron, and said, Entreat El Yahuwah, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may sacrifice unto Yahuwah. And Moshe said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me, when I shall entreat for you, and for your servants, and for your people, to destroy the frogs from you, from your houses, that they may remain in the river only. And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to your word, that you may know that there is none like unto Yahuwah Eloheinu. And the frogs shall depart from you, and from your houses, and from your servants, and from your people, that shall remain in the river only. And Moshe and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moshe cried unto El Yahuwah, because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And Yahuwah did according to the word of Moshe, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. And when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, Say unto El Aaron, Stretch out your rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become light throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And they did so. And Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth. And it became lice in man and in beast, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth the lights, but they could not. So there were lights upon man and upon beasts. And the magician said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of Elohim. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he comes forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus says Yahuwah, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if you will not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon you and your servants, and upon your people, and into your houses, and the houses of the Mizraim shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground wherein they are. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end that you may know that I am Yahuwah in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and your people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And Yahuwah did so, and there became a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Mitzrayim. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moshe and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your Elohim in the land. And Moshe said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Mitzrayim to Yahuwah Eloheinu. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Mitzrayim before their eyes, and they will not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to Yahuwah Eloheinu as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that you may sacrifice to Yahuwah Eloheka in the wilderness, only ye shall not go very far. Entreat for me. And Moshe said, Behold, I go out from you, and I will entreat El Yahuwah that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. Tomorrow, let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more in letting the people go to sacrifice to Yahuwah. And Moshe went out from Pharaoh and entreated Yahuwah. And Pharaoh did according to the word of Moshe, and he removed the swarm of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. Then Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus says Yahuwah Elohai of Abraham, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if you refuse to let them go, and will hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahuwah is upon your cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous pestilence. And Yahuwah shall sever between the cattle of Yasharel and the cattle of Mizraim, and there shall nothing die of that which is all the children of Yasharel's. And Yahuwah appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow Yahuwah shall do this thing in the land. And Yahuwah did this thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Mizraim died. But of the cattle of the children of Yasharel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of Yasharel dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe and unto El Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moshe sprinkle it toward the heavens in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become dust in all the land of Mitzrayim, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and sprinkled it up toward the heavens, and it became a boil, breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moshe because of the boils, for the boil was upon the for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Mitzrayim. And Yahuwah, that's a whew. And Yahuwah hardened not hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had spoken unto El Moshe. And Yahuwah unto El Moshe, rise up early in the morning. Good morning. Because I thought it was funny, whatever. And stand before Pharaoh and say it.
It would have been better if I got you some. No, that's for crime. I thought you were going to use all three.
I could, possibly, but I'm reading.
You could have used the three matching ones. That's why I got you three matching ones.
Yeah, but I just didn't feel like it at the time.
Because that other one's too big.
Okay, thank you. I am recording live and I'm trying to read the Bible.
What Bible you reading over here back?
Yeah, because some things are funny in it to me. This instance of hardened hearts and not listening to what one should and disobeying, they had boils on them and they could not stand. And so I thought it was funny. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh and say unto him, thus says Yahuwah Elohai of the Abraham, let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon your heart, and upon your servants, and upon your people, that they may know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite you and your people with pestilence, and you shall be cut off from the earth. And in very deed for this cause have I raised you up, for it show in my power that my name shall be declared throughout all the earth. As ye yet exalt yourself against my people, that you will not let them go. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as has not been in Mizraim, since the foundation thereof, even until now. Send therefore now and gather your cattle and all that you have in the field, for upon every man and every beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. He that feared the word of Yahuwah among Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of Yahuwah left his servants and his cattle in the field. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, stretch forth your hand toward the heavens, that there may be hail in all the land of Mizraim, upon man and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Mizraim. And Moshe stretched forth his rod toward the heavens, and Yahuwah sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And Yahuwah rained hail upon the land of Mizraim. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Mizraim, since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Mizraim, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and broke every tree of the field. And in the land of Goshen, where the children of Yasharel were, there was no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moshe and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. Yahuwah is righteous, and I and my children are wicked. Entreat on Yahuwah, for it is enough that there be no more mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moshe said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto El Yahuwah, and the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that you may know that the earth is Yahuwah's. But as for you and your servants, I know that ye will not fear Yahuwah Elohim. And the flax and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was boiled. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moshe went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread abroad Yahuwah. And the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Yasharel go, as Yahuwah had spoken by Moshe. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I may show these my signs before him, and that you may tell him in the ears of your son and your son's son what things I have wrought in Mitzrayim, and my signs which I have done among them, that they may know how I am Yahuwah. And Moshe and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus says Yahuwah Elohai of Ephraim, How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if you refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring the locusts into your coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the remnant of that which is escaped, which remains unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which grows for you out of the field. And they shall fill your houses and the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Mitzrayim, which neither your fathers nor your fathers have seen, since the day that you were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve Yahuwah Elohim. Know you not that the Mizraim is destroyed? And Moshe and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and he said unto them, Go serve Yahuwah Elohim. But who are they that shall go? And Moshe said, We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds will we go. And for we must hold a feast unto Yahuwah. And he said unto them, Let Yahuwah be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones. Look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now that ye are men, and serve Yahuwah, for that ye did desire. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Stretch out your hand over the land of Mitzrayim for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Mitzrayim, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail has left. And Moshe stretched forth his rod over the land of Mitzrayim, and Yahuwah brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Mitzrayim, and rested in all the coasts of Mitzrayim. Very grievous were they, before there was no such locust as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the fields of the earth, and the herbs of the field, through all the land of Mitzrayim. And Pharaoh called for Moshe and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against Yahuwah Elohim, and against you. Now therefore forgive me, I pray you, my sin only this once, and entreat Yahuwah Elohim, that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated Yahuwah, and Yahuwah turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts, and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coasts of Mitzrayim. But Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Yasharel go. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Stretch out your hand toward the heavens, that there may be darkness over the land of Mitzrayim, even darkness which may be felt. And Moshe stretched forth his hand toward the heavens, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Mitzrayim 3 days. They saw not one another, neither did any rise from his place for 3 days. And all the children of Yasharel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moshe and said, Go ye serve Yahuwah, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moshe said, You must give us also sacrifices and ascending smoke offerings, that we may sacrifice unto Yahuwah Elohim. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not be a hoof be left behind. For there must we take to serve Yahuwah Elohim. And we know not with what we must serve Yahuwah until we come thither. But Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get you from me, take heed to yourself, see my face no more, for in that day you see my face, you shall die. And Moshe said, You have spoken well, I will see your face again no more. Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Yet I will bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Mizraim. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and of every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the sight of Mizraim. Moreover, the man Moshe was great in the land of Mizraim, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moshe said, Thus says Yahuwah, About midnight I will go out into the midst of Mizraim, and all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sits upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Mizraim, such as there was none like it, nor shall it be like any more. But against any of the children of Yasharal shall not a dog move his tongue, neither man or beast, that you may know that Yahuwah puts a difference between the Mitzrayim and Yasharal. All these your servants shall come down unto me and bow themselves unto me, saying, Get you out, and all the people that follow you, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Mitzrayim. And Moshe and Aaron did these wonders before Pharaoh, and Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Yasharel go out of his land. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and El Aaron in the land of Mitzrayim, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the assembly of Yasharal, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of his souls. Every man according to his eating shall make you your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep and from the goats, and you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole multitude of the assembly of Yasharal shall kill it in the evening. And ye shall take up the blood and strike it on the two side posts and of the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and matzah, and with bitter herbs shall they eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast it with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain unto the evening, and that which remains of it unto the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it with haste. It is Yahuwah's Pesach, which is Passover. For I will pass through the land of Mitzrayim this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, both man and beast, and against all the Elohai of Mitzrayim I will execute judgment. I am Yahuwah. And the blood shall be to you for a mark upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mitzrayim. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. You shall keep it a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat matzah. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eats shaments, leavened bread, from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Yasharel. And in the first day there shall be a holy assembly, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy assembly to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall guard the feast of Matzah, for in this selfsame day have I brought you and your armies out of the land of Mizraim. Therefore shall ye guard this day in your generations by an ordinance forever, the feast of Passover, or the feast of the unleavened bread. In the first month of the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat matzah, unleavened bread, until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no shamet, leaven, found in your homes. For whosoever eats that which is with shamet, even that soul shall be cut off from the assembly of Yasharel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing with shamet, in your habitations shall ye eat masha. Okay. And this will be the last chapter for today. Then Moshe called for the elders of Yasharel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the pechach. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And then you shall go out to the door of your house until the morning. So we're writing that there was hyssop. And this is for 22 of 12. That's an herb there. For Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Mitzrayim, and when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto the houses to smite you. And ye shall guard this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye are come to the land which Yahuwah will give you, according as he has promised, that ye shall guard the service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean you by this service? That you shall say, It is a sacrifice of Yahuwah's Pechach, who passed over the houses of the children of Yasharel in Mitzrayim, when he smote the Mitzrayim and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Yasharel went away and did as Yahuwah had commanded Moshe and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahuwah smote all the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Mitzrayim, and there was a great cry in Mitzrayim. So there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moshe and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Yasharel, and go and serve Yahuwah as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Mitzrayim were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bowed up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Yasharel did according to the word of Moshe, and they borrowed of the Mitzrayim jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the sight of Mitzrayim, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Mitzrayim. And the children of Yasharel journeyed from Ramek to Sukkot, about 600,000 on foot that were men beside children. Low battery. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked matzah, cakes of the dough which they had brought forth out of Mitzrayim, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Mitzrayim, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Yasharel, who dwelt in the land of Mitzrayim, and in the land of Canaan, they and their fathers were 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the hosts of Yahuwah went out from the land of Mitzrayim. It is a night to be much observed unto Yahuwah, for bringing them out from the land of Mitzrayim. This is that night of Yahuwah to be observed of all the children of Yasharel in their generations. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Pekach, which shall no man eat thereof, but every man's servant that is brought for money, when you have circumcised him, then he shall eat thereof. And a foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. You shall not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. And all the assembly of Yasharel should keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with you and will keep the Pekach to Yahuwah, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One Torah shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourns with you. Thus did all the children of Yasharal, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that Yahuwah did bring the children of Yasharal out of the land of the Mitzrayim by their armies. So I finished at 13 today, and so later on through the day, you'll have to read 15 through 18 if you are keeping up with the daily challenge. I thank everyone who will watch, and I'm thinking of maybe just doing it this week and then just doing it by myself the next couple of weeks. But please like if you do, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.